Hey, welcome back to another episode of the Allow Yourself Grace podcast. I'm your host, Courtney Kristen. Welcome in, guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to today's episode. I'm so happy that you're here. Thank you guys for just joining my community. I appreciate it. I appreciate all the likes, the shares, all of those good things. And today's episode is just going to be a powerful reminder that joy is your strength, honey. Because during our last episode, we talked about how to find our joy again, how to really tap into our joy. In today's episode, I want to talk about joy being your strength and the power of choosing joy during hard times. Because sometimes when we're going through hard times, that is the most difficult time for us to make the decision to choose joy. Joy is not just a feeling, it's a weapon. It's something that you need when your life feels heavy, when you feel tired, when you feel overwhelmed, when you feel like, man, I may just give up, I'm done. That's the time to really, really find your joy and access it and use it. Joy becomes strength, not the fake kind of joy, but the real, the soul rooted joy that says, I still believe something good is ahead. And that is a choice that you have to make. Having joy and choosing joy is a choice. And so, if you are experiencing a difficult time in your life, there's never been a time other than right now to choose joy, to use your joy as your strength, as your weapon to fight the enemy, because that's one thing that the enemy doesn't want you to have. But we're going to decree and we're going to declare today that you have joy and that the joy of the Lord is your strength. Nehemiah 8 and 10. Put it somewhere. Write that down. Have that because you need to go to it. Even after this episode, every day that you feel like I want to give up, I want to give in, that I'm feeling defeated, that you know to stand on the promises of God. And he says that if you have joy, that's your strength. That's all the strength that you need to fight the enemy. Let me tell you, that's one thing that the devil does not want you to have. He does not want you to have joy. Choose it. Tap into it. It's on the inside. And remember, the world didn't give it to you, and the world can't take it away from you. Make the decision today to choose joy. Let's talk about joy as a weapon. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. The enemy doesn't want your money. It doesn't want your car. It doesn't want your clothes, honey. It wants your joy. It wants your joy. And we're going to revert back. I want to back up for a second. Let's talk about redefining strength. A lot of us think strength looks like hustle. It looks like staying busy. It looks like staying in control. But real strength often looks like choosing peace when chaos makes more sense. Like, we want to go to war. It's like this person, I'm gonna use that for as an example. Maybe you've gotten into an altercation with a person. Maybe it's a verbal altercation, but it could possibly turn physical because that's just how you're feeling at the moment. You're feeling like I'm ready to knock somebody out. We feel like because we're busy, because we're in control and we can overpower this person, and we're like, man, I can punch her and knock her out. We feel like that. We feel like I have that much control. Like, I keep talking and because it makes sense at the time, right? But I guarantee if you choose joy, that person that you're thinking about punching in the face, they're not going to want it. They're going to be like, man, what's wrong with her? She tripping. Like, I'm over here talking crazy to her and she just like, whatever. I'm doing me. I'm trusting God. I ain't tripping. say what you want, do what you do. What could happen? The opposite. The opposite. The opposite. Give the person the opposite reaction of what they think you're going to give them and watch how that situation turns out. Because one thing people don't want, they don't want to see you happy, especially your enemy. Your enemy don't want to see you happy. They want to see you suffer. They want to see you argue with them. They want to see you in chaos. They want to see you stressed. They want to see you posting about them negativity. They want to see the subliminals because they feel like they have you right where they want you. The greatest thing you can do is show them that I have joy despite of what you're doing to me, in spite of how you treat me, despite of what you say about me. I still choose joy because, again, say it with me, this joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me, and the world can't what? They can't take it away. Choose joy. Let's talk about me for a second. So there has been plenty of times that I could have stooped to the low of the low. Y'all, I worked in a toxic situation for, I'm going to say how long? Maybe 4 years. 4 years I was in a toxic situation. And I chose joy because at the end of the day, it's not worth it. It's not worth my peace. It's not worth it. Like, I mean, working with some people that were downright nasty to other people, not only me, but to other people. But instead, I chose to be happy because I'm not going to let how you feel reflect over into what I got going on because it's not worth it. Like, I love my joy too much. I love my life too much. I'm grateful for everything that I have. And every day that I get up, I want to use my breath and my ability to move and be for something good, not to put out negativity, not to reciprocate the energy that you give me. I'm just going to operate professional. I'm going to do what I do and I'm going to do it well. And eventually, if you choose joy, the enemy got to flee because God said it's your greatest strength. So if I continue to tap into my joy and access my joy, the enemy got to flee. You got to go. You don't even know how to react when I come in the room. Your whole body language change. Because I'm her. Yeah, I'm her. And when you find out, it's probably too late because now you got to revert back and be like, oh, hey, how you doing? Oh, I know her. I bet you do. I bet you do. Because you didn't found out. You didn't found out. Like, you can't take my joy. You don't dictate how I feel and how I move and who I am. I am who I am because of Christ, and I'm going to continue to be who I am because he made me this way. And this joy that I have, the world didn't give it, and the world can't what? Take it away. Y'all going to be saying that. Write it down because it's so true. And I'm so happy that I have it, y'all, because I'm so powerful with it. And I'm stepping out of my comfort zone because of it. Let's talk about how the world literally glorifies burnout. And I'm speaking from a place of I've been there, right? I'm speaking from that place because transitioning from working in a school environment to working for myself, I learned that entrepreneurs are burned out. I also learned from working in a school setting that teachers are burned out. And so I'm starting to believe that this is something that's trending all over the nation, that burnout is being normalized. Saying that you're tired is the normal thing to say. Saying that I don't feel like going to work is the normal thing to say. Saying that I'm overwhelmed is the normal thing to say. But I want us to start to shift our mindset because, believe it or not, those things aren't normal. Being overwhelmed isn't normal. Being frustrated isn't normal. Being burned out isn't normal. Stop making it your normal. God honors rest and joy. And I am so happy that I have a ton of friends who are therapists that are advocating for rest. They're normalizing rest. Like, they're making it a thing for especially Black women to feel more comfortable resting, because sometimes we feel guilty for resting because everybody makes it out to be something bad, right? They make it to where, oh, if you're resting, you're not working, somebody else working, they're going to be ahead of you. Not really, because I'm working, but also too, I need to listen to my body and know that, okay, I need a mental break. I need just some time for my body to rest, because your body will definitely let you know. And we are normalizing now, and I'm so happy that we are doing this. We're normalizing rest. Think about it. A lot of Black people, men and women, grew up in single parent homes where they saw the parent work, work, work. Some parents had 2, 3 jobs because they did what they had to do to take care of their kids and survive. But we never saw like them saying, take rest. Like, I'm a rest today. Like, I'm not working today. We never saw that because they were forced to do what they had to do. And everybody made it seem like that was the normal thing to do. And I'm just now in my 30s learning that being in a hustle and being always in a hurry and being busy all the time is not something that I want to normalize. Now, I'm going to backtrack for a bit because I am in a place in my business where, my husband and I are growing this business from the ground up. And so, yeah, right now we're the only ones here. And we're hiring a team. So we've hired a couple people now that are working for us, but we're more involved in our business than we would like to be, because we're always going to be involved, but we're more hands-on with it. And so that's forcing us to be a little bit more busier, but also too, we prioritize our rest, we prioritize our date nights, we prioritize our time to get outside, whether that's in the morning before we come here. There's a lot of things that we do to make sure that we are staying balanced. So I'm not telling you not to work. I'm not telling you not to go hard, but what I am telling you is that going hard is not the norm. Like, it's not something that you have to be doing constantly. It's okay to get your rest, because one thing about it, if you don't get your rest and you have a stroke, then you're not going to be able to do the things that you were doing. So you need to make sure that you're rested, you're well rested, and you're getting an adequate amount of sleep so you're able to function at a high level. It's hard to function at a high level when you're tired. It's hard to function at a high level when you lack energy. So those are the things that we don't think about, because we're in this hustle culture where everybody's normalizing hustle and grind. And yes, I'm a hustler, I'm a grinder, but also too, in order to operate at my full potential, when I'm hustling, when I'm grinding, I got to make sure that I'm taking care of me. I'm getting my rest. I'm drinking my water. I'm eating the right foods. All the things are a part of you being successful. All of those things are a part of it. It's not just you grinding and you staying up all night and you hustling. It takes more than that, because if you're not healthy and you're not operating at your highest level because you're tired, then you're not going to get anything done. And I said this once and I'm going to say it again. Doing a lot of things don't mean you're doing anything. So stop acting like, because I'm so busy that I'm productive, because that's not necessarily true. So let's get back to talking about joy as a weapon, because you need joy. So we have to be able to identify what brings us joy. And guess what? It starts where? In the inside. So let's talk about that for a second. Joy as a weapon. The enemy doesn't want your money. It don't want your clothes. It don't want none of that. It wants your joy. If your enemy can take your joy from you, they're they happy because I made her have a bad day. That's what they want. So let's get back to the scripture for a second. Nehemiah 8:10. The joy of the Lord is your strength. Joy sustains you in the wait, in the battle, and in the building. It sustains you in the wait, in the battle, and in the building. Joy. Joy is what's going to sustain you. Knowing that this situation that I'm in is only temporary, that it's never going to last forever. I find joy in little things. I find joy in the inside, and it feels good. It's not heavy, it's light. That load of joy is not heavy. It's a light feeling. It's a feeling of freedom. And don't get me wrong, it's a process to get here, but you have to be willing to do the inner work to access the joy. So ask yourself today, are you willing to do the work? Are you willing to go all in for you? Are you willing to get the rest that you need so that you can operate at your highest level, that you can operate to your full potential? Don't be afraid to invest in you either. Don't be afraid. You will lack for nothing in this season if you choose joy. That's the greatest thing you can have. It's the greatest thing you can have. You can be in a storm and still laugh. That's power. I can still laugh when I know I got bills due, when I know that right now I got a headache, but I can still laugh because something's funny. I put it in God's hands, y'all. I swear. Like, that stuff, the bill's going to be here when you gone. They going to be here when you gone. Put it in God's hands. Let him take care of it. Let him take care of it. If you feel like, God, I've done all I can do. You see me, I'm working, I'm paying, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, then I got to trust you that I'm going to get there and that you're going to take care of it. But today, I'm laughing, I'm dancing, I'm having fun because you gave me a new day to do that. And we have to learn not to just be so all about what we got going on. Because sometimes we get caught up in the stuff. And the stuff is going to be here when you gone. It's going to be here. You can't get so caught up in that. You got to get caught up in the stuff that God gives you, that you need to live, to breathe, all those things. The material stuff, it's going to fade away. It can go tomorrow. You can lose your car tomorrow. You can lose your house tomorrow. But the joy, it's in here. They can't take that away from you. They can't take it away from you. How to choose joy practically, because we want to be practical. Because I know some of y'all are like, girl, what? Girl, you want me to choose joy when they about to foreclose on my house? You want me to choose joy when I'm behind on my car note? You want me to choose joy when I don't know how I'm going to make rent? You want me to choose joy when I'm in a chaotic situation? When I don't know how I'm going to feed my children? You're telling me that I should be happy? Yes, I'm telling you that. Because it's in the little things, the ability to be able to breathe, the ability to get up and walk around, the ability to step outside and smell the air, the ability to eat food on your own, all the things to think for yourself, to write, God, for God's sake, to read a book, for God's sake. Those are things that you get to choose daily, whether you have money or you don't, whether you have a car or you don't, whether you have a house or you don't. Those are things you can choose. Start your mornings being thankful, being grateful, even if it's just 3 things that you're grateful for. My eyesight, the ability to talk and communicate, and the ability to walk around. Yes, those things that we take for granted. Set boundaries with people and things that drain your peace. Draw the line. Hang up the phone. Hang up the phone. Because I'm not staying on the phone with you if you draining my peace. I don't got time. I do not have time. Call me mean, call me rude, whatever you want to call me. But if it interrupts my peace, I'm not here for it. I'm not here for it. I'll pray for you. We're going to put that, write it down. We're going to put it in a prayer box and we're going to leave it there for God to handle. But some of y'all want to dwell on things. You want to sit on the phone and dwell in that chaos, and half of it don't got nothing to do with you. Hang up the phone. Stay rooted in God's promises. Get back to the Bible. Get back to the basics. We talked about last episode downloading the Bible app, buying yourself a Bible, getting in the Bible, going to classes if you don't know how to read the Bible, if you don't understand the Bible. Go to church, dive into it, ask questions, learn how to do it. It's no longer a space for us saying, I don't know. I ain't grow up in church. I don't know. It's not even about going to church. It's about you developing that personal relationship with God. Stay rooted, y'all. Because if it ever was a time that we need God, the time is now. We see it every single day when we turn on our TVs, when we drive in our cars, when we log on to social media. It's like, you're like, what is wrong with people? Because they don't have joy. They don't have the joy of the Lord. And it's up to us as Christians to spread it. We have to spread that joy. We have to model that joy. We have to show that joy, talk about it, teach it, all the things so that people can have that access. Laugh, dance. Dance is something I'm working on, because if you know me, I don't got no rhythm, so I don't be liking to dance. I'm working on that. So I'm with you on that one. But laughing, I love to laugh. I love to crack jokes. Turn on your favorite worship music, feel good playlist, baby. I have a concert every day. And whether it's in my shower, whether it's just doing stuff in the studio, my husband probably get tired of me because I be singing. I be singing. That's my thing. I love music. I love it. I love it. I love it. And laughing, for sure, for sure. Let joy interrupt your sadness. So if you're in a space, maybe you've lost someone close to you, and I'm not telling you how to grieve because I've been there. At the time that you feel ready, let joy interrupt your sadness. Step out for a second. I saw someone the other day that said, I'm experiencing a rough time right now, and I like to go to work to keep my mind off of it. I like to go to work so I can interact with my coworkers. I can, help people, and that kind of helps me. That brings her joy. So she goes to work because guess what? I'm around other people. They make me laugh. I get to do what I love, and it kind of keeps my mind off of where I'm at. So think about that. That I thought that was so powerful, because that is a great way to get back to joy. And also too, if you've lost someone, because this right now just hit my spirit. If you've lost someone, pray, right? Everybody tells you to pray, but I want you to pray like you feel. Pray like you feel, because trust me, God hears your heart. He wants to hear the transparent version. So if you angry, he want to hear it. You can go back and repent later, but he want to hear it. He wants to know what you're going through, because he's the only one that can mend a broken heart. Sometimes we question God because we're like, God, this is not making sense. I don't understand why you took this person. You took my mama, you took my sister, you took this person that is such a good person. Why would you take them from me? Those are all the things that go through your mind when you're grieving. And I'm being real. I'm being real, because everybody's going to tell you, my condolences. I'm praying for you. But we got to be real. We feeling real emotions. And so first off, I want to acknowledge how you feel, because I know how you feel. I know how you feel. You feel angry. You feel hurt. You feel upset. You can no longer call this person. You're asking God why. They were a good person. You're going to miss them. All the things. They had kids. It's a lot of factors that come into play when you lose somebody. And yes, we question God. We do. They tell you not to, but you do. And it's okay to go to him with your questions. It's okay to go with him with your questions, because sometimes you get clarity in those moments from him, and he'll send you signs through little things. And also too, the thing that I can recommend that really helped me is that, for me, I lost my mom. So the thing that helped me was knowing that, okay, she's no longer suffering, but also too, She always encouraged me to be great. Like, she always bragged about me being great. So how dare I not be great? Because that's something that she wanted me to do. She wouldn't want me to be sad. She wouldn't want me to be crying all the time. She wanted me to stop my life. She wouldn't want that. And so we have to think about what type of person the other person was and how we can live out their legacy, how we can continue their legacy. So if they were good at helping people, if they were, just a nice person, all the things, what can we take from their lives and apply it to ours to honor them? And so I want you to think about that. And I know you may not want to think about that right now, but as you go through this grieving process, in order to get back to your joy, those are some things, and I'm just giving these little tips that helped me. And so maybe you want to try implementing, because grieving is something that you're going to do for the rest of your life. But it's how we cope and how we get back to joy and how we choose to honor the person that we lost. Okay, I digress from that. And I want y'all to know also too that I'm praying for you and I'm praying with you that God continues to give you strength and you tap into your joy. Spiritual joy versus surface joy. Joy from the Lord can live in the same place as grief, struggle, and healing. Let me tell you how that is so recognizable, especially in the Black community. We can go to a funeral. We're grieving, we're crying at the funeral, we probably even crying at the graveyard. But when we get to that repast, it's time to get lit. Y'all know what it is. We like to have fun. We like to celebrate. And that's what it's all about. It's like, even though I'm sad, we're finding joy because we're all together. We're celebrating this person's life. That's the perfect example of grief, joy, and the struggle to get through what we're going through at the moment, coexisting in the same space. Joy doesn't ignore pain. So the example that I gave a few minutes ago is the perfect example of that. It's like, even though we're in pain, we can still choose joy. It doesn't mean that we're ignoring the pain. It just means that in this moment, I'm choosing to tap into my joy because I need that strength when I'm in pain. It just doesn't let pain win. Joy doesn't let it win because it's like, I'm not going to let it overtake me. I'm not going to let it keep me in a space where I'm crippled to it, where I'm giving in to it. I'm not going to let it win. That's all it says. It's not saying that it's not there. It just says that I'm choosing not to let pain win in this moment. Let's reflect on Isaiah 61:3. He gives us beauty for ashes, the oil of joy for mourning. That's mourning, MOURNING. Encourage yourself to find joy even in the small moments. Sunlight, breathing, prayer, connection. All of those things we can find joy in daily. And gratitude. You are stronger than you think, not because you've got it all together, but because you've still got joy. Even if it's a flicker, even if it's soft, that joy will carry you. Hold on to it. Hold on to it tight. Joy is my strength. I choose joy today. Even when it's hard, I'm grounded, I'm graced, and I'm growing. And it's hard out here. It's hard out here. But remember that God wants you to experience this joy. And this joy that I have, the world didn't give it, and the world can't take it away. Y'all, this has been a powerful episode. I know I gave you a lot, but I most importantly wanted you to know how much strength joy is. It is the definition of strength. When you're looking for power, when you feel weak, turn to your joy that's deep down inside. Reflect on those scriptures. Go to God in prayer. Talk to someone if you need to. If you feel like someone is spiritually connected or you feel a good energy from them and you feel like they're relatable, they're reliable, seek advice. It's okay to get advice, but seek wise counsel. Make sure that there's somebody who can pour into you because you may be the person who's always pouring into other people. And right now, you need somebody to pour into you. It's okay. Acknowledge that. Find the person, go to them, talk to them, get it out, cry it out, pray it out, and make sure you have some prayer warriors in your corner because sometimes we need people to intercede on our behalf. And I'm a big advocate for that. Sometimes you just don't even have the strength. So, guess what? I can't find my joy. I don't got no strength. I'm powerless. I got to plug into somebody who has that. I need that. Pray. You know, I've already told you, you know what I'm going through. You need somebody who can call out to him for you. Intercede. If you don't got those kind of friends, you need to find some. Whether that's at church, whether that's in your family, somebody. Find somebody who can get a prayer through. Because we all know those people. I know I got some prayer warriors I can call. I got them. They saved in my phone. Get you some prayer warriors that you can call that can intercede on your behalf because sometimes we're not in a place where we can get through to God because we can't get nothing out. He know our heart. Sometimes we need somebody to speak some words and come on our behalf. And God said where two or three are gathered, I'll be in the midst. And so sometimes we got to come together because much prayer, much power. When we come together, it's more power. And don't be afraid to be vulnerable in those spaces, but make sure it's a space where you feel like, okay, I'm comfortable. I'm not going to hear my business everywhere. So be very wise about who you choose when you're looking for someone. But there's some real prayer warriors out here. And baby, sometimes you got to go to war with the devil because you got the devil, he like to play up here. This is where he like to play. And this right here controls every part of our body. And we got to get him up out of here. And sometimes it takes more than one person to help us do that. And that's what I love so much about community. Being in communion, being in community is such an amazing, powerful thing. And again, I've talked to you guys over the last couple episodes about the Grace Girls community, about just being in community in general and some of the things that I'm bringing to the platform, in-person events and things like that. So if you are looking for a community to be a part of, make sure that you are subscribed and that you like these videos so that and hit the notification bell so that every time I drop an episode, you're notified and you won't miss any special announcements. Also, if you're not following us on Instagram, go ahead and go over to our Instagram. Our Instagram is AYG _ allow yourself grace so that you're notified every time I drop news, I drop posts, episodes, whatever. Every Wednesday at 12 p.m., the episodes come out. I know we've been a little off schedule over the past couple weeks, but I thank you guys for still going and watching the episode. But we are back on schedule, and so I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. Also, if you are watching this on YouTube, make sure that you leave me a comment down below. I like to interact in the comments. Thank you guys who have been commenting. I really, really appreciate you. I love you. And if you want to share something personal with me, if you're listening to this on audio, you can leave me a voicemail There's a spot down below where you can click and you can leave me a voice message and then I'll send you one back. If you have something you want to share in my DM, you can share in my DM. I check my DMs every day. And yeah, I love you. And I hope this episode helped someone. And remember that every day you get up, three things. Write down three things that you're grateful for before you start your day. Make sure you have that Bible app downloaded, or you have a Bible, that's great, but you have no excuse because we all have this. We all have this right here. And get that downloaded and start diving in. Join a community, whether it's my community or somebody else's community. Make sure that you're in community, whether that's at church, whatever, so that you have people that are willing to intercede on your behalf. I love you guys. And remember, the joy of the Lord is your strength. I will see you guys in the next episode. Peace.